Bond! Bond! Come film. Come on. Hey, what is up guys? My name is Oleg, this is Bond. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna do a review of this watch right here. It's a Spinnaker Sorrento. Their newest offering with a treated rosewood bezel. Something that I've never seen on a watch before. So, is the watch any good? Well, let's get started. Spinnaker Sorrento. Let's start the review by looking at the basic dimensions of the case. The watch has a case diameter of 43 millimeters, a lug-to-lug width of 49.5 millimeters, a lug width of 22 millimeters, and a thickness of 13.5 millimeters. Here's what the watch looks like on my 7¼ inch wrist. It's not a small watch by any means. 43 millimeter diameter is a pretty big watch, in fact. But I think this one fits all right. I would prefer it to be a little bit smaller, maybe 41 millimeters. The watch has an all stainless steel case with the brushed finish. As you can see, the main portion of the case, including these lugs, on top of the lugs, behind the lugs, sides of the case are all brushed, and the brushing is actually done pretty well. We also have this polished look to the sides of the bezel, as well as the case back. So it creates a pretty nice transition between polished and the brushed look. Speaking of the case back, we can see that it's a screw down stainless steel case back, some writing over here, automatic, 100 meters of water resistance, the reference number, all stainless steel, that sort of thing. And of course it's a display window at the back here, so we can see through to the movement. The movement powering this watch is a Miyota 8 series movement. I believe this one is a Miyota 8215 movement, so it is hand windable, but it's not hackable, with a sub-seconds hand and also a date function. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour, 42 hours of power reserve, 21 joules. Not a bad movement by any means, and it's actually a pretty nice movement to look at. At the 3 o'clock position, we have a signed crown. The crown is done in high polish, gives it a nice contrast between the brushed case and a high polished crown, signed with the Spinnaker logo. All done pretty well, easy to grip, no crown guards. Reminds me a little bit of those vintage style diver watches. I quite like this dial. I think it has a few different textures, a few different layers. So you can see that the inner portion is kind of lower than the outer hour track. Of course, we have the 12 and the 6 applied, and it's finished with the brushing. It looks pretty nice. We also have applied hour marks. We have this applied frame around the date window. We also have this frame around the sub-seconds hands. Looks pretty nice. I also like the semi-skeletonized hands for the minutes and the hours. They're loomed, but they're in fact the only thing that's loomed on this dial. Let me pop a loom shot on the screen right now. As you can see, the loom is not very impressive at all. This inner portion of the dial has horizontal lines going through it. Looks kind of interesting. Applied Spinnaker logo by the 12 o'clock position. Automatic, 100 meters of water resistance, written by, I guess, between 8 and 9 o'clock position. And of course the sub-seconds dial between the 5 and the 4. I should mention that this watch comes in a few different color combinations. Spinnaker sent me this blue dial version, although I do think that the brown dial version looks better. I think it matches the brown bezel better and enhances the look, so to speak. So let's actually talk about the bezel. Of course, a big selling feature as far as this watch goes is this treated rosewood bezel. So it is a real wooden bezel on a watch. And to be honest, this is the first time I see that in a watch. I think it's an interesting thing to add to the watch. It's an interesting design feature. I'm not sure how useful it is, if it is even useful. Supposedly it is treated, so it should be fairly durable. And for a lot of the marketing of this watch, they have pictures of it on nice wooden ships and yachts and things like that. So I think that's the inspiration behind this rosewood bezel. It looks pretty nice. I don't know if it's something necessarily that I would have to own no matter what, but I like that companies do things like that they take some design risks. So if you like a rosewood bezel on your watch, I think Spinnaker is probably the only watch brand that offers that. The bezel is held down in place by these 6 different screws. The screws look all right. I don't mind the look, and they are symmetrically applied. The watch comes with this domed mineral crystal. So it's not a sapphire crystal, although this mineral crystal, according to Spinnaker's website, is sapphire coated. I'm not sure what is the benefit of sapphire coating a mineral crystal as opposed to just putting a regular domed sapphire crystal on the watch. That's their choice, and supposedly it should be harder to scratch than a regular mineral crystal, although that would be one of my first negatives for the watch. Why not include a sapphire crystal as opposed to a sapphire coated mineral crystal? This Spinnaker Sorrento comes on a black water resistant leather strap. It is hand stitched and the quality is pretty good. You can see Spinnaker logo and Spinnaker logo on the tank style buckle. So what are my negatives with the watch? Well, really I have 3 complaints. Number 1, the mineral crystal that's sapphire coated. Why not just include a domed sapphire crystal? Number 2, the lack of quick release pins. Come on, how hard would it be to add some quick release pins on this watch so you can easily exchange it for a native strap or something like that? And number 3, the price. So these watches are $310 US. I think for a Miyota 8 series movement, that's a bit steep. I do wish they were a bit cheaper. Alright guys, so that was the full review for Spinnaker Sorrento. Not a bad watch, it's competently done, the finishes are pretty great. However, for $310 for those type of specs, I don't think this is the best value for money watch out there. It's more for somebody who really loves this design and who wants to have a rosewood bezel on their watch just because they can. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this Spinnaker Sorrento. Are you picking one up? Are you skipping this one? What do you think about the rosewood bezel? Leave all those thoughts below. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today on my wrist, I'm wearing a Rolex Datejust. I still haven't done a full review yet. That's coming, I promise. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss that video. Also, in the description of this video, there is a secret link. Have a look if you're curious. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Bond, do you want to try a strawberry for the first time? Yeah? What is this?